Hi, and thanks for joining me today. This word that I have put together is a word that has been turning over inside of me for the last several years. Only now is there a release to bring it forth. My hope is that it will strengthen my life as well as yours, that in it we will become closer to the Lord through it. I have called this word pain produces fruit. I honestly do not know anyone who loves pain when it is inflicted upon them. So why then does it require pain for us to see growth? Why is there gain because of it, and why, instead of relieving us from it, are we called to endure through it? The Lord looks at where we are at and what has brought us to the point that we find ourselves in. Then He evaluates where He desires for us to be. Then the evaluation turns into a blueprint that gets brought forth over the next seasons of our lives. We are in an hour where the Lord has determined in His heart to bring His church into alignment. When we as His church, when we as His people need to be realigned, it means we have gotten off course. There has been a long season in which, if we were to add it up, we would see that in fact it totals decades. In these decades of time, we have become blessed and have become very prosperous. We, in our own foolishness, have equated it as His blessing, His approval for the way we have governed our lives. Nothing could be further from the truth. We stand tall, yet we are unable to see past the place we are at. We weigh our future by what we have been able to accomplish, yet we have lost sight to what every day is getting closer. Listen to what Matthew 5 verses 45 says. In so doing, you become children of your Father in heaven. He, after all, loves each of us, good and evil, kind and cruel. He causes the sun to rise and shine on evil and good alike. He causes the rain to water the fields of the righteous and the fields of the sinner. And that was read from the Voice translation. Many in their long seasons of prosperity have actually qualified their unrighteous lives and the way they have conducted themselves as standing righteous before the Lord. Yet this is the verse that I have been meditating upon now for many years. It paints a completely different picture. Listen to what Deuteronomy 32 verse 15 says. But Jeshurun grew fat and kicked. You grew fat, you grew thick, you are obese. Then he forsook God who made him and scornfully esteemed the rock of his salvation. And that was read from the New King James translation. This verse was a warning in their day as well as ours today. The people of the Lord in that day became fed with the choicest of foods. They became wealthy, and in their wealth they allowed comfort to settle in. They became arrogant to the point that they were referred to as fat. They became obese. They rebelled and kicked against the God who created them. They abandoned their God and replaced Him with idols that they worshipped instead of Him. Now fast forward thousands of years later. This same verse is the verse that the Lord is using against us. This verse stands as a timeless warning of the pitfall dangers that can come due to prosperity. Our materialism has birthed a self-sufficiency where we have become entitled. We have grown fat and kicked. We have become obese. Instead of grateful, we have become spiritually rebellious and proud. We have forsaken our God. Our prosperity has led us to the illusion that we have become successful. Our foundation has been built upon sand, and we have called it the rock of all ages. We have replaced the Lord with idols of our own creation. We have scornfully esteemed the rock. We have removed the spiritual foundations in the view that they were outdated, obsolete, no longer relevant. This is what we have set before the Lord in our arrogance and foolish, prideful hearts, expecting Him to accept it just the way it is. This is the hour we find ourselves in, yet we knew it not. Remember that He disciplines those in whom He loves. We in our wildest dreams would have never chosen the path that is now before us. Yet this is how it will play out. The Lord will accomplish all that He desires. He is not looking for our approval. He is looking for our alignment. Our pain will produce an everlasting fruit that will last, that will not be destroyed. Listen to what Psalms 30 verse 5 says. For His anger is but for a moment, and His favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. And that was read from the ESV translation. Our season of nighttime is fast approaching, and it will be a season that will not be quick to forget. This is also a verse that the Lord has been speaking over the last 6 years. It is a clear and right to the point verse. Remember the hour that we are in. The Lord does everything out of love, where drawing us back unto Himself is the main point. Listen to what Jeremiah 45 verse 4 says. But God says, look around. What I've built, I'm about to wreck. And what I've planted, I'm about to rip up. And I'm doing it everywhere, all over the whole earth. So forget about making any big plans for yourself. Things are going to get worse before they get better. But don't worry, I'll keep you alive through the whole business. And that was read from the Message translation. Change is in the air. Yet we, in the delusion, have misstepped what is about to take place. This is the hour to find the Lord again, turning back to the God of our salvation. When we seek Him with all of our hearts, we will find Him. We are in a season where we are being awoken to the reality that the season ahead of us is going to be difficult. It is going to be painful, yet in the pain it will produce the fruit that will last through to eternity. Thanks for your time today. Have a blessed week. Bye for now.